is now down 501. We're talking about another bad day on Wall Street. And this, of course, the backdrop against the political campaign. But on a conference call just now, campaign manager for John McCain, Rick Davis, was asked why the candidates are not talking more about the economy. And, quote, he answered, "I don't think that you want to turn a campaign into a CNBC news show." Close quote. With me now, TODD PURDUM, senior writer, editor, Washington editor, Vanity Fair. I don't know where to go first.
I mean, it's hard to know what he meant by that, except that he was trying to make light of something that's obviously a very serious situation. They know that it's hard for them to have anything very constructive to say. They've shown that they've run both Obama and McCain from saying anything too specific about what they do.
Tuesday night was a disaster from both perspectives, I thought.
They didn't really say anything about what they would do.
McCain had something new to say, but didn't explain it.
He tossed it out with such vagueness that it seemed it wasn't really a serious proposal.
One of the legitimate reasons for caution is that anything that they say right now might frighten people further, but at the same time, people are looking to leadership. They no longer seem to expect it from the White House, because the president has spoken 14 times in 16 days, and it doesn't seem to have any effect on reassuring the markets. So people are looking to these candidates, and they don't seem to be drawing much sustenance from that either.
I think what the candidates are trying to project is qualities, personal qualities that they think the public would accept. John McCain is touting his experience, and Barack Obama is trying to come across as almost supernaturally calm and balanced in the face of this instability, and a little bit the way FDR was in 1932 when he said he was pretty vague about what he would do. He just tried to project confidence in an aura that, you could go forward.
Well, in fact, the McCain campaign seems to be trying to challenge the competence and the character of Barack Obama in the face of this crisis.
Absolutely.
And connect the Bill Ayers attack with economic concerns. I'm not sure, do you think that they're doing it successfully? There seems to be sort of a split personality going on.
I think there's been a tremendous backlash from people who were once close to Senator McCain, like John Weaver, his former chief advisor. And people like that are suggesting that John Sidney McCain ought to put in a 911 call to Jiminy Cricket. I mean, that he's forgotten something about his vow to run an honorable campaign.
And Todd, right now we're watching the Dow. It is now down below 8,000. We're talking about a drop of 592 points as the market volatility continues, with the G7 finance ministers all in town, the president meeting with them tomorrow. What can all of the world leaders do in any kind of coordinated way? They've already done coordinated interest rate cuts.
No, it's really fascinating. And Prime Minister Berlusconi apparently talking today about the notion that they could just close the markets for a while, take a breather, see what happens. There was in the Depression, FDR had the kind of bank holiday. There was a notion that people could just take a cooling off period. I'm not sure the modern financial system could withstand something like that, although the markets did close briefly after 9/11 in New York, of course.
And you always have the challenge of when do you reopen them and
exactly.
how?
Exactly.
If you were John McCain right now, looking at lagging behind in the key battleground states and in national polls, but particularly in the electoral map, what policy, what strategy, what tactic?
Well, people like Newt Gingrich say that the only answer for John McCain now is to move the whole national number, and then that the state-by-state thing will follow. That it's too late for him to go into state-by-state battlegrounds and move things individually. So he needs some kind of overarching message that he would be the person with the policy, with the plan, with the economic answers to go forward here. And he seems to struggle to have articulated something like that. He hasn't gotten there.
And there's a deficit of money as well. He's being outspent 8-1 in North Carolina and by multiples in other key battleground states.
And Senator Obama's just bought this prime time thing on the networks for later this month,
for election eve.
A very unusual style thing we haven't seen in a while.
TODD PURDUM, Vanity Fair, thank you. And as we go to a break, the Dow is still down more than 500 points right now, down below 8,000. We will be right back.